So when it comes to shops in the UK, they really are seeing quite a lot of crime. And because of this, they've had to do some pretty strange stuff when it comes to, essentially just keeping the shops safe. But with this article here, I kind of think that Tesco might have just gone a bit too far. Because it says that Tesco is using smoke-belching sentries to combat store break-ins. And this is it here. This device on screen, in this very blurry photo. Now I will say that when I first saw this one, I thought that this was going to be on the shop floor with the customers. So my original thought was just the members of the public don't want to get smoked. And I originally thought that was going to be the risk. But it turns out it's not that. It is just for store break-ins. So it's just for the overnight situation. But I've actually found the company that do make this. And I really don't think it's going to work as well as Tesco think it is. And you can see some more information there. It says, warning, you're being watched. Smokescreen security fog in operation. But this is where it gets weird. Because it says that the smoke isn't harmful. And it says that it will stop you from seeing what's in front of you. So that's the idea. It's going to make it difficult for the criminals to see what's in front of them. Okay? That's fine. The smoke is going to make it difficult for them to see. But it says that once the machine goes off, they're also on camera. But by the sounds of it, the camera won't be able to see what's going on in front of it. Because if we scroll up here, you'll see the camera is right there. That looks like one of those ceiling cameras. The ones that they have in places just like Tesco. But this box here, this is basically where the smoke comes out of. So whilst I was trying to find a much higher quality image than this, one that just doesn't look just completely blurry, I did a reverse image search, and I was able to find this. Just this chap here just stood next to the exact same one that's in Tesco, apart from the CCTV camera looks a little bit different. But you can see there, it says something-screen.com, smokescreen. And I was guessing at the time, it's not hard to be fair, smokescreen.com. And wouldn't you know, that is the website. And this is the product here. It's called the Sentinel S100. So the two problems with Tesco's plan that I want to point out. First of all is this one here. It says dry fog guaranteed to leave no residue and won't damage your goods. Now obviously they don't want Tesco to be sprayed in whatever, but it probably would help the situation if it was some sort of ink device. I know it would be a pain for Tesco to clean, but it would also be a pain as well for the criminals involved. But not only does it leave no residue, like I said, it makes the camera useless as well. Because that right there is where the smoke comes out of. So if you remember this rectangular shape here, with this rectangular shape as well, and this, let me zoom in on this. I don't really zoom in too well, but that smoke outlet valve there. Because the problem with this device is you've got the camera there, and the smoke comes out there. So the smoke's going to be coming out in all sorts of directions, and the camera's poking here, but it's going to be the first thing that gets blocked. So it's not going to be able to see the criminals. And let's face it as well, if you walked into this situation here, and if you got a couple of second look at the situation, and you started to remember where things were, like the Coronas there, the Budweisers there, you got some chocolates here as well. So if you wanted to rob this place, and you got a couple of seconds look, then it fills with smoke. Albeit it's not going to be that quick either, because it's just coming out of one place. So it's not exactly just going to snap your fingers and then fill with smoke. But if you remembered just where things were, then it fills with smoke. You could still pretty much just take what you want. But then again, it's not really Tesco's fault for having to do all of this. They didn't put us in this situation, where they're just having to deal with, unseen amounts of criminals. Because as the years go on, we are going to see more and more of this. As well as putting up the prices as well. Because I've just had a look on their website, and you've got to, contact them to get the initial estimate. So it's not like you can just go on and just buy it. You've got to contact them. But things like this are going to put the prices up. Anyway, I think I've finished this video about 4 or 5 times now. But if you wanted to see another example of wasted spending, then have a look at this video, where you can have a look at members of Parliament claiming 1p transactions. They genuinely do it. Absolute nutters. And thank you very much for becoming one of the 37,450 subscribers.
This country has gone crazy.